In this quick tutorial I show you how to easily create chain links in Blender using the array and curve modifiers. We will also make sure the chains don't bend with the curve modifier, but instead they will behave like real chains, where each link twists as the chain curves, avoiding the distortion you see here. To achieve this, we will be instancing a single chain on a plane, then array that plane along a curve. To keep this video short, I won't show each and every part of the modeling process, but I will only explain the relevant parts to this tutorial. Here we have our scene with a hand and curves around it that the chains will follow. I place the curves manually, but if there's a way to automate this and make it easier, please comment below. Here is the single chain link that will be instanced, as well as a plane that will hold the instances of the chain link. To show you how instancing works, I will add an array here, then I will go to Object Data, Instancing, and then select Faces. Nothing happens here because the plane has no mesh object parented to it. Now when I parent, you can see the instances being copied onto the other planes in the array. If I had two faces, that would create an instance on each face. Blender automatically doesn't show the source instance mesh in renders, but to make sure the instancer, in this case the plane, doesn't render, we can unselect here on Show Instancer to show or hide the plane for the viewport or for when we render. I believe this is a new feature in newer versions of Blender, and on older versions you had to do some workarounds to prevent the instancer and source instanced objects from showing up in renders. Another good thing about instances is they don't add polygons to the scene like duplicating or arrays do, thus saving computing resources. To make sure everything works properly, the plane has to share the same location and rotation as the curve it will be following. To easily do this, I will select the plane, then the curve, and copy and paste the location and the rotation from the curve to the plane. Next, I'll adjust the array modifier to follow the y-axis of the plane, set the distance units of the arrayed planes, and set to fit curve. Then I select the relevant curve and add a curve modifier and select the same curve and choose Y for the deform axis. Let's fix how the chains are overlapping. The array modifier has an offset object feature that we can use to twist the chain links so that they connect like real chains do. We shall use an empty for the object offset. Make sure it has the same location and rotation of the plane, then we set the object offset and finally rotate the empty on its local y-axis by pressing Y twice. Rotate as desired by eyeballing it, but it's usually around 90 degrees, that's ideal. And we're done. For the other two chains, I just duplicated the object we created and repeated the process. I edited the shape and size of the chains too so that I can get some variation. When you add materials, just make sure you add the material for the chain to the instance source object, which is the chain link in this case. You don't have to add any material to the plane instancer, since it will not be showing in the renders anyways. That is all, and thanks for watching. Maybe I can show you how I got the camera movement on these renders in another tutorial. Just let me know if you would be interested in that. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more content like this.